Hello everyone, welcome to That Guy's Garage. Today we have a Mallory Dual Point distributor that we had a no start on a 66 Mustang 6-cylinder, 200 cubic inch. And this distributor was aftermarket replacement for the old original distributor that came in these, so you could update the carburetor, put a different carburetor on it because it had a funny vacuum system, but we won't get into that. That's possibly for another video. Either way, we had a no start on this, and I've determined that one set of points is not opening on this, which kills the circuit to both since they are tied together. If you don't get both sets of points opening, then it kills the whole circuit and there's no spark. So I'll get you in here a little closer and kind of give you an idea of what's going on when we spin the distributor. The distributor machine is a Sun 506. It's in original condition. I haven't messed with anything. The tachometer is correct. I don't use the condenser. The vacuum pump does work. I do use that for setting a curve and everything else on this. So it works really well. It needs to be restored a little bit, but as time allows, I might get to that. The dwell meter is accurate. It fluctuates from time to time. I need to send that off. So either way, I'll get you in a little closer and you can see what's going on. Okay, that distributor came out of a Mustang like this one. This is not that car. I've got a couple of these in here right now. This one's getting a full restoration. I mentioned it in the first video. And it sets right in here. This is the original distributor with the vacuum canister, which is right here on it. That Mallory eliminates this vacuum line that runs all the way around here up to here, and here's your vacuum line that then runs in underneath. So with this type of distributor, you can only run one carburetor because of how it works. The Vacuum Advance doesn't work like a standard engine with vacuum on, vacuum off. This deals with atmospheric pressure and everything else. It's kind of a holdover from the 50s for Ford. But that distributor allows you to use a modern 2-barrel. You can use the Weber 3236. You know, do a conversion on it where you can get a lot better drivability out of these engines. But I figured I would just show you an example of what that distributor would go into. So, okay, everybody, here you can see both sets of points. You've got a set of points over here and another set of points over here. Now what's happening, I'm going to spin this plate down here. You can see that it's turning, and you can see this set of points is not moving. That set of points should be opening like this. Now this scrubber bar right here is not working. This set of points is in fact opening. And what happens when I turn this on, it's not going to spin, but what's happening is I'm not getting power. I don't know if you can see that on here, but I am not getting power. But if I rotate this around where this set of points is open and I move this set of points open, you can see now that I have power. So when that closes, that kills both sets of points, just like that. So what I need to do first is open this set of points and get it working again. Take it out of the system. That's what I'm going to do. So in order to do that, you take a business card, something like this, and you put it in here, right where the points are. You open them up, and you put that right in there. And that kills the points on that side. So you kick it back on, and now you can see that with that out of the way, now I've got power. So when I close it, that'll turn off, back on, turn off, back on. And there's your firing. So now what I can do is set the gap on this set of points and get those right. Then I'll come over here and get this set of points, the trailing set of points, get those right, and then we'll have both sets working, clean up the points, and we'll have a running car again. So. I usually set these points at about 15 thousandths. See that on there? I'll set these at 15 thousandths, but first I want to clean them with a file. It's not a very big one. It's just a little file just to scuff the edges so that I know that we've got a good contact patch. So I just put it in there. I just run it back and forth a little bit. Some guys use dollar bills. They make point files, but for this old set of points, we just want to get this car down the road. This will work fine to scuff them. And then with it on the top of the crown, right here on the very top of the crown, is where you want to measure your points. And these are right on. These are good. Just a touch of drag on there. So there's nothing to fight with on that one. So then what you do is you roll this around so that this set of points is on top. Pull that business card out, put it over here. So when we're testing this set of points, that one isn't firing and giving us a false reading on our dial. So I know for a fact that we need to loosen those. And there's two screws. This one holds it in place. The very tip top one holds it in place. And it's obviously too tight. It's typical. Somebody's rounded it off. And then you can turn this one. And that should bring your points closer or farther away. Okay, to adjust your points, you put the dial here just to where that point opens. Hopefully you can see that. Just where that point starts to open. Right there on the very top. And then to set your gap, you go this screw here is what loosens it. That's what holds this whole plate down. And then this screw is on a cam. So this screw moves this whole arm, not the point, but the whole arm and the whole assembly here. And it pivots right back here on this post. That's where it pivots. So this whole piece will move in or it'll move out this way, depending on where you put this screw. It's really hard to point where you put this screw. So, and then you just go over here and do the same thing on the other side. So. Okay. It's a little more finagling than I needed to do, but this will work for demonstration purposes. It really needs a new set of points. Now I just get in here and clean them. Blow them out. Make sure everything goes back in your eyeballs. And then you can check your gap. And we're too tight. Or we're too loose now. So I need to back it off. Just a little bit of drag. I backed it off too much. And there we go. Now I can tighten down this other screw. And what we should see when these open up, when I turn this back on to supply power, what we should see is this flash in here. Yep, there's one set of points, there's the other set of points. One set of points, the other set of points. Just like that. And that's the way they should flash. What that does is that's a wasted spark. Now that they're flashing like that, what we'll do is we will spin this up, and I'll focus in on the ring, and you'll be able to see, you'll be able to see where it's firing around here. So, hopefully you can see that all right. So we will spin this up, and I'm hoping that's coming through. Yep. And you can see where the points are. So right now we're about idle on the tachometer up there in the far corner. About 350, so about 700 RPMs is where we're at. And it's flashing on the screen because of the frame rate, but you get the idea. And then you can center it right here. You can see this mark right down here. And as you increase your speed, you'll see the advance come in. See how it advanced it over to here? That's your advance. So we've got this guy working again. So I'll just clean up the points, get all the connections cleaned up, and put it back in the car, see if she'll fire. So that won't be on this video because the car isn't here. I have to go make a house call for this one. But either way, that's kind of how you set up the Mallory Dual points, and you can actually unhook a set of points and spin this distributor, and you'll still get a fire out of it. Oops. You still get a fire out of it, but it changes the dynamic and it changes the dwell on them, because when you do dual points, you have to add the dwell. But that's a kind of a long drawn out process. I'm not going to go into that. But either way, there you go. Thanks for watching. And if I can kind of get around here to it so that you can see the part number. Yeah, it's underneath. It's underneath here. Let me lift that clamp out of the way. There's the part number on this. I haven't been able to find out a whole lot on this distributor. So if any of you guys out there know what this came off of, or why it fits the 6-cylinder Mustang, I've not been able to find it in any old parts catalogs. So just let me know down in the comments, because I haven't found a whole lot of information on them. And Mallory has nothing. They have no points for this. So either way, there you go.